Hello.
Deck 14 or above there, you know.
If you like what you see, why don't you think about subscribing? And make sure to check out my channel for videos just like this. What's going on, folks? It's MrBucketlist here, and today I'm on both Quantum of the Seas and Odyssey of the Seas, giving you all a full breakdown and tips and tricks about the North Star. Let's check it out. Now, being that I don't have too much footage, let's get right into it. What is the North Star and what ships can you find it on? Long story short, the North Star is a capsule. It holds about 6 to 8 people, just depending on how many people sign up and the size of the people on in the group itself. And what it is, it goes high up in the sky. So it actually holds the world record for the highest deck on a cruise ship. It takes you more than 300 feet in the air. It's technically a ride, and so it's just a good viewing. It's a good way to view the ship and view the sea and the surroundings, things like that. It's just basically a ride that goes up, goes around, and goes down. Think of it as a moving observation deck. Now, as far as what ships it's on, well, of course, it's only on Royal Caribbean at this time period, and it's on the Quantum Plus and Quantum class ships. So that includes Quantum of the Seas, Anthem, Ovation, Spectrum, and Odyssey. Now, before we get to my tips, let's first talk about the regulations. So to get on this attraction, you do have to be at least 42 inches tall. If you want to ride alone, you have to be at least 48 inches tall. And then there is a weight limit of 300 pounds. Now, when it comes to the booking aspect, this may change depending on the ship, where you're at, things like that. I'll tell you right now, on Quantum, I couldn't book it until I got on the ship, but on Odyssey, I was able to pre-book it before we actually got on board. I was able to do it a couple weeks in advance, and so it really just depends. But either way, I do recommend once you get on the cruise ship, if you haven't already booked it, make sure that's the first thing you do, and there's 2 reasons for that. One, if you don't book it in time, it does get basically sold out or booked up, so you won't be able to book it for the entire cruise unless somebody drops their reservation, which is kind of hard to find out. The second thing is they do have free sessions, and so basically if you were able to catch it on a port day, so for example this video you're seeing right now, we were in Seattle, we had just finished boarding and they had an open reservation, and so being that I booked it as soon as I got on board, I was able to try it as soon as I got on board for free. Now the difference is when you do a free version versus the paid version, the free version only goes up and down. It doesn't go to the side, so you're not leaning over the ship and back and forth. It just literally goes up. You sit there for a little bit and then it goes right back down. So it's about maybe a 3 to 5 minute process at the most. I think it's more on the 3-minute side. But that's for the free version. Now for the paid version, again, this is going to be something that just varies. When I was in Alaska at the time, I think the paid version was $29 for sea days. And then if you were like going over the glaciers or whatever, it was like $39. Now I'm hearing reports that it's close to $50 for sea days. And just, again, it just depends on the cruise ship. On Odyssey, I can't remember. I just remember we did it at nighttime as you're seeing this video, but I think it still at that time was about $30. Well, actually, no, this was free because it was on a port day. So it was free and I was able to get a good booking. So again, the main thing is you want to at least get that free session in as soon as you get on the cruise ship. When you book it as soon as you get on the cruise ship. Usually it just depends on your itinerary, but of course the first day, since you're in port, that's going to be free. And then whatever port days they have as well are usually going to be either free or cheaper. But that is my recommendations as far as for the North Star. So just to wrap this video up, I just want to say the North Star is fun. I highly recommend you at least do the free session if you're on one of these type of cruise ships that has it available, just to see if you like it. And then of course, depending on which port you go to, like for us in Alaska, going over mountains and things like that, glaciers and stuff, it really just depends on your itinerary and your port. I mean, if you're just on a sea day, you're just going over water, it's not really special. But again, if you're near mountains or volcanoes or wherever you're at on your cruise ship, and you want to see some good scenery, I mean, you really can't beat it. Plus the views of the cruise ship, I mean, obviously, just look how beautiful Odyssey looks right now. I mean, there's so many good views you can get from the cruise ship if you do the North Star. So I hope this video was helpful. If so, please give it a like, give it a share. Again, I have 16,000 subscribers. I can barely get 100 views on the video. YouTube doesn't like me, and I'll see you soon. Peace out.